Okay, for this next section, I'm going to show you how to set keys for the feet. Okay, and I'm just going to set the keys for the toe, but you might want to, grab maybe this one, the left and right foot. That's the joint there for the foot. You can, always rotate, sideways, however you want. In this case, it's just easier for me to just show you how to key. You're just using the toe on the front, okay? Just for this exercise. You have your character moving sideways, but at this point, you want to maybe make her squat down as if she was dancing, maybe lift a leg. The main node, remember, is this one, the biped object, and we are working with the motion tab. That's the one that we want to key, but the problem is that when we move the character up and down, the whole thing moves down and the feet don't stay in place. So the first thing I want to do is grab that foot node and start setting keys, and the keys are set here on keys info section, and you can always open the keyframing tools, but we can just set with the key info section. Okay, you have a set key option there, and then you have different ways to set a key. You can get a planted key, which means that once it is kind of like a linear key that once it's there, it stays there, and which is what happens with the foot. A sliding key is more like a transitional, smooth transition from one to the other. And the set free key is something that you can actually see on the workbench that I'm going to show you. The three of them just set a key just a little bit different from each other. So let's set a planted key, and over here, and frame 0, and then I'm going to on frame 30, 1 second on the animation, I'm going to lift that foot, and let's see what happens when we set the free key. Now we move the leg up, okay, and I'm going to put that foot on once again on the ground. So I'm just going to grab that keyframe on frame 0, and with the shift key I'm going to click and drag it to make a copy of it, and I'm going to put it on frame 60, so that way the foot goes up and down. Okay, that's the effect we want. And then I'm going to go maybe frame 90, and that's when I want the right foot to do, to lift up as if she was marching, just so to say. But we need to set again, planted key on the beginning so that it stays there. And let's say that when she puts the foot down on frame 60, that's when we want that foot to start lifting up. So on frame 59, I'm going to set another planted key, so that foot all the way through this section stays in place. And on frame 90, I'm going to lift up that leg, and obviously I'm doing this kind of randomly. You can move it forward and set another key. So let's see what happens now. Let's move forward from the hand in the front. She lifts her left leg and then starts lifting the right leg, and that is the effect we want. Let's see what happens with the main node here on biped. If we wanted to, as you move the there you go, as you move the character, you want to make sure that the character stays in place, and because we set up those planted keys at the beginning, she stays in her feet stay in place. So I'm gonna set if you go back to key info, I don't know why it went away, you're gonna notice there's nothing there. So I'm gonna set it to auto key, and I'm just gonna move it a little bit so that we can activate that keyframing